Hi everyone, it's Tammy welcoming you back to my craft room here at Creative Girl Vintage. So every time I do a project, it is inspired by something. So today's project is inspired by leftover peat pots from the last project we did together. And the last project was the St. Pat's Cats treat cup. And I finally found my chocolate coins to put in the back of my treat cup. And I wanted to share with you, one of my viewers named Andy said he was also going to tuck in some Irish breakfast tea bags with the chocolate. How cute is that gift? Thank you for sharing that with us, Andy. I love that idea. It's great. And if you missed this project, it is linked in the description box below this video. So we have got here Hello Spring Bunny treat cups this time. How cute are these bunnies? And you guys, this is kind of like using some little scraps up that you have, you know, the little scraps of fabric and lace and buttons and things we usually have in our craft room anyway. We'll use up our peat pots, and these bunnies, I will tell you all about those. Let me grab everything we need for this project so we can get started. Let's start by getting our pots ready. The one I'm using today is 2 1/4. Diameter is 2 1/4. I found these at Walmart. Some of my subscribers said they found some this size at Lowe's. I think whatever size you're using is going to work out just fine when you do these peat pots. I painted mine in Waverly chalk paint, and I used the color Celery. And this is really a good time to bring out all your favorite spring pastel colors to do your peat pots. All right, first thing, let us put a handle on our bucket here. We have a Hello Spring Bunny bucket that needs a handle. I'm using a 20 gauge wire. This is from the craft store. And I just cut myself a piece off. It's probably like 11 or 12 inches. I always give myself a little bit extra. And we want to punch a hole, 2 holes actually, in our pot for our handles. So I'm just using my awl here to do it. Sometimes I use the paper punch. All right, let me see. I'm going to just eyeball this, but try to get these even across from each other. Okay. All right, that's ready. Now, let's concentrate on the bucket handle. So I've got a scrap of fabric here. I just cut my fabric scraps probably like 1.5 inches, just ripped them. And I've got a drinking straw. This is a decorative straw. I've got some decorative straws in my craft room, but you know, any straw works here. So go up to your kitchen and raid your straws. Even plastic works here. And let me just measure like how wide the fabric is so it'll fit. We could cut our straw to fit the fabric. Okay, let me just mark that. And with scissors, you can just cut your straw. All right, and any kind of glue is probably going to work here. I'm going to start with maybe a little bit of the stick glue just to kind of get, let me cover that up, kind of get our fabric started here. Lay our fabric on and just kind of roll it. So we cover the straw just like so. Let me just close this up with a little hot glue just to save us time on drying. Okay, and cut. All right, straw covered. All right, let's slip it on to the wire. Now this is going to go all over the place, but we're going to adjust that. Okay, wire goes into the holes, and at this point you can decide just how much handle that you want on your bucket. I think that looks good. Oh, well, hold on. You know, when I'm on camera, everything has to go flopping all over the place. Let me hold that better. Okay, so I'm just going to fold that up like so, and this other side just fold it up. hold that in place. All right. So at this point, you can do a couple of things. You can just wrap your wire around itself. You can trim it off and just leave it like that. It's not going anywhere. Okay, we'll just do that for today. And all right, here's our little bucket handle up here wanting to flop around. So I'm going to give it just a slight little bend that just kind of keeps it there a little bit better. But the key to this is a shot of hot glue right in there. Hold it for a moment, let it kind of latch on, and it becomes very permanent and it's not going anywhere. Okay. Make sure. There we go. All right. Next, let's grab the rest of that scrap fabric and just decorate our bucket with it. And just like we did the St. Pat's cats, anything goes here. I mean, whatever fabric you have, you could layer it up with laces or, you know, pom-poms or rickrack, whatever you got. Whatever you want to embellish with. It's just up to you to do whatever your heart desires. And speaking of fabric, how do you guys feel about Joann's closing? I am just so disappointed that I kind of find it hard to even talk about. It's really, really sad. Okay, so our scrap of fabric is on. Let's just do a little trim there. Okay, so we have got the Hello Spring bunny bucket all decorated. So now let's take a look at those bunny images. This is the classic bunny from a vintage postcard. If you are comfortable with downloading and resizing and printing, this is available as a freebie on my blog. Just right click and save. If you don't want to right click anything, and I get it, I always have you covered because in my shop I will print these for you and mail them. Okay, so in this particular Hello Spring bunny bundle, there are 4 small bunnies. There are 6 of the medium bunnies. That's the ones that we're using today. There's 2 of the big bunnies. I made a Happy Easter. There's 6 Happy Easter banners here because this works good for a little Easter project too. And then I made these cute labels here that have a real spring and garden theme. And this actually ships just like this in a first class 5x7 envelope. There you go. Okay, so the links to everything are in the description box below this video. So here's what I do. If you, and I know you guys probably are so sick of hearing this, but it's, you know, for people that are new, it's worth repeating. So if you want the back of your images to look really pretty, here's what I do. Grab the stick glue, flip your image over, put a nice even coat on the back, lay it on some paper. You can see that the decorative side is to the back. You want to just slap this under a book, let it dry. It gets flat. It's beautiful. And when it's ready, grab your scissors, cut it out, and you have a really strong image here with a finished back. So your work always looks good from the other side too. Okay, so let's just grab a little distress ink, and Mr. Bunny just needs a little distress ink, I think. All right, and I also cut out to go with this project here from the labels, the rose, the pink rose, and the Hello Spring banner. Okay, all inked up and ready to go. Let's grab our bucket and start decorating. We are going to glue our bunny onto our bucket. So just seeing that the bottom of his feet and the bucket are flush is kind of really the only important thing here. And I'm going to concentrate, okay, this is where our fabric came together. That's messy. We're going to cover that up. And I'm going to concentrate my hot glue really at the top on the rim and make sure Bunny's straight, and that's where I'm going to glue him on, right there. Just at the top. I'm not going to put a lot of glue down under here. You know, these pots are tapered, and sometimes it's hard to get things to lay flush on them. You'll see he's kind of sticking out loose here, but I think that's pretty cute because here's what we're going to do. I've got a button, and I've got some pink embroidery floss. Every craft room needs some pink embroidery floss, right? So I'm going to go in through the front of my button. I put this on a needle, and I'm going to leave myself a tail, and then I'm going to come back up through the back. And when I do, you see it gives me another little tail. And let's pull that a little bit, trim it off. Leave yourself enough there. And this is going to give the illusion that the bunny's actually sewed onto the bucket with a button. But we're just faking it a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to do a bow with that embroidery floss. Okay, and I also had a scrap of fabric left over. I'm just going to put that right there, and then we will take this button and glue it on right there. So it looks like our bunny was sewed right to that bucket. This one here, I did, this one doesn't have anything under it, just the button. And this one here was cute. This is an old piece from a old crochet, and that looks really cute under the button. So once again, anything goes with that, you know, whatever you want to do under there to dress it up a little bit. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do, this is kind of optional, but it looks so good in here. I just had to do it. Let's grab some crepe paper streamer, and I usually cut about 12 inches. You don't even need that much. And we are going to make just a fan, and that is done by just folding and keeping the bottom corner under your thumb. And you're folding it, when you're folding it, you're fanning it out as you're folding it. I have another video and another bundle. It's called the Cottontail Bunnies. And if you haven't seen that one, I'm going to link it below for you. And it has several cute ideas on making tree cups for Easter. And we even use this crepe paper here to make our own homemade paper shred. So that's a really cute video. Thought you might enjoy that. Since it's kind of that time of year, we're looking for little spring and Easter projects. Okay, so I don't even know how many fans I did there. I just kind of did it until I liked it. Okay, and you can even let up a little pressure right here. Never letting it go though. And it fans out a bit more. I'm going to use my stapler right here and boom. Okay, now behind our bunny, let's just put some hot glue in there. Take our fan and lay it right there. Isn't that pretty? Ah, makes the cup look so cute. Okay, so this little rose is cute up here on this crepe paper, or how about right here on the bunny's paw, like he is holding his pretty little rose. And for this Hello Spring banner, that's the one I chose to cut out, you can take just the leftover embroidery thread and pull that through. And you can just tie this right on to the side. Super easy. Or it would be cute too, even glued on, or even one of the Happy Easter ones too. And finish it off with some paper shred for an adorable Hello Spring bunny bucket. Don't you think these would make the absolute cutest gifts? I mean, you can fill them with cookies and candies and goodies of all kinds. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to craft with me. If you like this project, I hope you will give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll do so. You never want to miss a project, and we've got another one coming up using these bunnies, and I have an Easter project coming up as well. That is a collaboration with Debrina over at Pixie Dust Files. You guys are going to love it. So be well, my friends, and I will see you for our next creative project. Bye for now.